Hi everybody, this is Maria here and this is 321 Focus Together and this is day 2, so you're very welcome back. But if you're seeing this for the first time, I will have the link below so that you can get to find out what this is all about. So I have a wonderful guest with me today. Her name is Melanie Lynch and I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Hi, my name is Melanie and I am the founder and CEO of Herstory. Herstory is a storytelling movement in Ireland. We tell the stories of modern, mythic and historic women. We've just finished a major TV series production with RTE, Underground Films and Epic Museum. There's also an animation series up on RTE Junior as well, podcasts. We've got an international light festival. Dreaming up lots more future plans at the moment, enjoying this quarantine period. So that's a little bit about me.
Brilliant. So how did you hear about 321 Focus?
Well, you are my mother. So there was no getting away from it, let's be honest. I think I was one of your first guinea pigs, if I recall. I did the first ever 321 Focus. And then I think I've done it twice since, and I'm looking forward to starting again.
Right. And so how have you found it? What are your favourite bits? What would you like to share with us about it?
Wow, where to start? I love the weekly goals journal. I still do that actually every week. I've kept on that habit. And the idea that, you know, your self-care and your treats are actually part of your goals. I mean, that was a really profound moment for me. That completely retrained my thinking about what is success and what is a goal, what are ambitions. So the idea that like a massage actually is one of your goals every week, well, hello, you know. I suppose the other things that I adore about it are the gratitude. The daily gratitude is fabulous. I think that's one of the great blessings of quarantine now, is that we're having the opportunity to really be grateful for everything that we have. We have to slow down and think through just how much we have, you know, going for us. And the profound pleasures and the simple things, you know.
Brilliant. I love it. I love it. And so do you also do the Monday review then every week? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah.
That's the weekly goals journal, isn't it?
Yeah, the weekly goals journal is an evolution from of the Monday review, but not everybody has a weekly goals journal. So, but the weekly goals journal includes the Monday review. So, yeah, that's interesting. No, so the Monday review is what you do every week.
Yeah.
No, just to explain, there's actually a follow-on program called Focus for Life, and that's where the weekly goals journal fits in. But it's actually a tool I developed back in 2006, and I used it to create my house and to create my business, in fact, as well, and lots of things. And it's also in my workbook. So I might actually talk a bit about weekly goals journal again another one of the days. It's really interesting, but the weekly goals journal includes the Monday review. Yeah, brilliant. So
I'm just getting flashbacks as well, like doing it this week. You know, you recommend naming 3 things you want to achieve every week, and then at least 5 things to celebrate. And that my things to celebrate or be grateful for at least 10 plus, you know. It's amazing how much you can get through, you know, when you get a proper balance and you're not overworking yourself as well. So that's always an insight.
Brilliant. So just on what you were saying about the rewards and like your massage and things, when you write them down, do you actually do those things for yourself?
I do most of the time, and if I don't, then I'll add them to the next week. But because I've written them down, I'm more consciously aware of the commitment I've made to myself. So it does work. Whether you do them the following week, and I'll often carry them on through until I do them.
Fabulous. No, that's really good, because I know in the interview the other day with Sheila McCann, she also had her gold stars. She was showing me when she was sitting in her office and she pulled out her gold stars. But I unfortunately had to show her my sheet of gold stars, and all the stars are still on the page, because even if that's my reward, I'm not very good at giving it to myself. So I'm really glad to hear that you're giving yourself your rewards, not just saying I must do that for myself. So you're definitely an improved version of your brother anyway.
Oh, well, you know, we're both reformed workaholics. Where did I get it from, mother?
I don't know. I'm beginning to think I'm not so reformed at all, right? Was there any big surprise for you when you were doing 321? Was there anything that just like really worked, or you know, that you went, oh my god, that's just amazing? Or
the power of rhetorical questions, of like taking a blank page and writing a question at the top of it and just sitting with it. and how it triggers something in the subconscious. Like, do you really know what you want? Do you really know what's good for you right now? Actually, not until you sit with it, you won't know. And it's fascinating what comes up. It's not what you expect often. So yeah, that's a trick that I always use now, the rhetorical questions.
Okay, and you do affirmations as well, don't you? Do you write affirmations for meetings and things, or?
I'm not, like, you're more into the affirmations than I would be, to be honest. That wouldn't be really my big thing. I like setting an intention for the week. Like, so at the moment, my intention for quarantine is to be a human being, not a human doing, because for the last few weeks I had to be a human doing. I was delivering a huge project, and I suppose ever since I moved back from Ireland in 2013, I've been unlearning a lot of my training from the rat race, and I really feel for the people, at the moment, who have had to slow down and find new ways of doing things. And it can be absolutely daunting, because you get used to a routine and a way of working and processing, and almost running from yourself, and your own well-being. And I'm just getting the memories back of the whole process that I went through. You were there with me through it. And even moving from the UK to France, like the French, living is their first priority, work is an afterthought in France. And it took me 6 months to embrace the French way of doing things. And then I had to unlearn that again, and then find a whole new work-life balance. Like, I rarely work more than 6 hours a day. That's why Herstory is so successful. It's not because once I work more than that, I'm actually less productive. I get less done, less effective. I lose insight, clarity. So it's just, I suppose, this amazing opportunity that we have now is to rethink how we do things, and really question why we do them the way we do them. And I'm even looking at Herstory now. I had ideas about what I wanted to do, the insights that I wanted to work on. I'm like, wait a second here, actually, what if I crack the box wide open and really get creative again? So I'm really embracing the opportunity that this quarantine is presenting.
And it's funny as well. A lot of people have been saying that especially, and I suppose you and I, because we tend to do our own thing, we're more or less the masters of our own destiny. And if we want to do things at particular times when we don't have deadlines, we have that option. But I was talking to somebody yesterday who's used to being in a building by a certain time, and she was just saying to me, like, it's just so amazing when you don't have to be there, when you can actually work from your home space. And she's just finding it so much more creative. Also, not having to like go and be in the traffic and stuff as well. That just you can just get into a different space and be more productive. Right. So, what would you recommend this 3-2-1, or how would you recommend it to people at the moment, or what do you think they could really gain from it, especially when they're in quarantine?
Yeah, we've a very rare, wonderful opportunity to rethink how we do things. I think it's funny, because I was actually supposed to be in Bali now. I'm supposed to be on the beach in Bali, not in Wicklow, in Ireland. And I was escaping from the crazy Western world. That was my thinking. And now actually the Western world is less crazy, and we're slowing down to an Eastern pace. So there's a great opportunity to rethink and reimagine and just dream up the future. It's not far from your grasp. You'd be surprised that just making a few changes could dramatically transform your lifestyle and your well-being and your happiness. And I think the framework of 3-2-1 focus means that, like, within 21 days you can create a new habit. And you never know what you'll discover about yourself and what you really, really want. That's what I loved about doing the course. Like, it's always surprising and very gentle and very supportive. And it only asks for 20 minutes a day, and yet you can get just so much out of it. Like, but it's a really special opportunity. I would seize it now. I think that's why I'm going to do it again, is because I probably get a lot more out of it now than I did even before, because I really have the space. I'm much more present in myself. It's lovely. It's really great. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, did you find then, because you've done it several times, did you find it was different every time you did it?
Oh yeah, different stuff comes up every time. That is the fascinating thing. Like, we are never who we were. Even, like, I'm so different to who I was 6 months ago. If you told me what I'd be doing now 2 years ago, I'd be terrified, or even 3 or 4 years ago. I've been growing into that role, and now I'm rethinking that role again. So yeah, that's the beautiful thing about the course. Like, it's timeless in that sense. You can get so much out of it each time. I'm most intrigued as to see what I can get out of it this time.
Right. Brilliant. So, is there anything else you want to share with us, or is there any insights that you have? Because I know you're always getting insights as well about what's going on in the world. Is there anything else you'd like to share with us?
Lots of things, actually. I just sat down and I wrote a list of all the blessings from the coronavirus, and already it's like 2 pages long and growing. I'm going to type it up and share it online, but it's a really extraordinary time that we're living in. I see it as, a greater blessing than it is a crisis. In a way, we were already in a state of crisis. Humanity was in a state of crisis. We have been for a long time, and this is a much healthier wake-up call than World War III. And it's giving us the opportunity to connect with what it fundamentally means to be human. They're so profoundly simple, the things. It's making me remember like my times in Kenya. I envied the depth of presence of tribes people. Like in their 20s, they would have the same presence as a 67-year-old Irish person who had done their inner work. They're so connected, rooted to nature, good food, family, community, storytelling, art. Like, this is fundamentally what it means to be human. It's so bloody simple. It's not consumerism. It's not capitalism. It's not spinning out the whole time on adrenaline and caffeine. It's remembering why we're here and what makes us happy. And that's the beauty of this quarantine. It's an absolutely extraordinary time to be alive. It really is. There's just so much to be gleaned from this.
So you, like I, are seeing this as an opportunity to change and grow for all of us.
Yeah, and even reclaim lost parts of yourself. Like when I was a little girl, you told me when my teacher in first class, she said I'd never amount to anything because I was always daydreaming out the window. And now I'm remembering how to daydream again. Like, I've always been good at it, don't get me wrong. I can't lose it. It's innately who I am. But I sat under a tree yesterday. My major achievement was I sat under a tree, my favorite beech tree, and I daydreamed and I read a poetry book. And then I went for a swim in the sea and I daydreamed some more. It was just, and that daydreaming was incredibly productive. I got a lot of great insight and clarity that if I was running around like a headless chicken, I wouldn't be getting. I didn't get that level of insight that I got delivering a huge project 6 weeks ago. So just remembering how to daydream again and just really embracing the freedom and not being afraid of it and giving myself permission just to rest. I'm sleeping lots. It feels great just to sleep and rest and just go deep. With reflection as well, and just reimagining my own future, because I thought I knew what I wanted, and I'm good at doing this work. This inner work. I've been doing it for a long time, and I'm actually going, well, wait a second here. This is a really fabulous opportunity even to reimagine the whole future of Herstory. It doesn't have to be the way I was thinking it was going to be. So, yeah, it's amazing. It's fabulous.
Yeah, it is exactly.
What about you? What are your major insights?
Yeah, well, I just see that this is a huge opportunity, and I know certainly. And I know I've shared this with you already, but I think, well, first of all, I feel more at peace than I ever have in my whole life. It's like all the pressure is gone from me. And a lot of the pressure was pressure I was putting on myself because,
Yes.
I was following my nudges and believing I needed to follow my intuition, especially from books like The Wisdom of Florence Scovel Shinn. When she talks about following your intuition and following your nudges and digging your ditches and stuff. And like anybody logically looking at what I was doing, and even working with my mentors and people around me, looking at it, trying to go forward with 3, 2, 1 and not looking at doing my in-person courses, that seemed like absolute career suicide because I wasn't actually going in what was a more commercial way forward. And so as soon as this happened and as soon as I knew, immediately I sensed I had to share 3, 2, 1 focus as a support, first of all, before creating this togetherness. And so suddenly I felt like, oh my God, now it all makes sense. And so the extra pressure I was putting on myself because I was judging myself and finding myself wrong for following my intuition and doubting if I should be doing that in the first place. All the inner conflict you have, that is completely gone. I feel I'm doing the right thing. I've always been doing the right thing. I just have a new sense of trusting and just going for it. And like, even in terms of going forward with this, and trying to build this group of 8,832. And not that I'm going to have to try, but it'll happen. I know they're coming in. I can feel them. But I don't have that doubt, that second guessing in my solar plexus I used to have when I'd go to start something new. Even when I started 3, 2, 1 Focus Challenge the first time, because you actually were around when I was tweaking it. We were on holidays in Greystones together. And I was
Oh yeah.
working on creating it the first time, and I'm doing it myself, and then trying to streamline
Memories. Yeah. Yeah.
before
Yeah.
before I ever launched it for anybody else. And so now I kind of feel like, oh my god, everything makes sense. And 321 is, from my point of view, is just so perfect because they are the tools. When I sat back and thought about it in the first few days of quarantine, these are the tools that support me, working on my own and living alone. And they're not tools I had when I found myself in that situation originally. So I know what people need, and I know these things work, and I know the meditation in particular has really been calming people straight away. So I am actually, happy to say, thankfully, I'm enjoying this. We're lucky everybody in our family is safe and well. That is a huge, we're very blessed that way. So it's
Very
not,
proud of Jessica being on the front line, as a doctor, and
yes,
doing her bit as well on the front line. The rest of us behaving ourselves and being in quarantine and keeping everybody else safe. So yeah,
yeah,
we're very lucky.
yeah, exactly. So it's like we are very blessed that everybody's safe. So I just feel very privileged actually that I can just relax and really trust my intuition and go for it. But I'd also have to say, like, I did 15 hours yesterday, and I'm close on 15 hours again today working. But like when you love, like I started at 7:10 this morning, right? But when you love what you do, it doesn't feel like work. It's just pure joy, and it's just been one connection after another. And the other, actually, really fabulous thing I find is that you're getting all these lovely calls from people that you don't normally have time to talk to.
Yeah.
And because also I've been reaching out for different guest speakers and stuff, I've gotten to connect with people that I haven't had a chance to catch up with in ages. So, like, I just find there are the corona blessings way outweigh, what I've found is the difficulties. And I also think, like, I'm calling it corona transformation. Like, we've just a huge opportunity here
I like
to
that. That's great.
recreate the way we live our lives. So yeah, so that's kind of
It's like Christmas Eve and Armageddon simultaneously. That's how I've been describing it like that. But I love how we're connecting. It feels like we're connecting at a deeper level, really present and really, really looking out for each other. Like I'm catching up with a friend of mine in Kenya who I haven't seen her even on the screen since her wedding day. It's actually her anniversary today in Kenya years ago. Do you know? So it's just, what a blessing to reconnect with good friends and plan future trips. And
yeah. And I think the other lovely thing is it's not like, when you went through a transformation time, and when I went through a transformation time, we did it in the context of the rest of the world going on as normal, and there it was actually harder, and people didn't really understand what was going on for you. Whereas now everybody's in the same boat together, so it's like somebody paused the world, we all got off, and we don't have to get back on that merry-go-round again if we don't want to. So that's kind of the way I'm looking at it anyway. Right. So is there anything else you want to say before we wrap this up?
I think, I'm just looking at my notes here, and when you think about doing goals and a focus on your future, even the idea of what success is. I stole Paulo Coelho's definition of success a few years ago, and he said for him, success is how peaceful his soul feels when he goes to bed at night. Because you were just saying you're experiencing peace on a whole new level, and I'm the same. I'm dropping into. You can feel the collective sigh, the collective consciousness go, oh, the relief. It's palpable. So I think, it's an amazing opportunity to even redefine what you think success is. Because I used to have like really ambitious goals of like, the 3D reality goals of what a goal is. And now I'm more successful than I've ever been in my life. I work less hours, and my definition of success is how peaceful I feel, and how much I need to have a lot more fun as well. Just really to really live and enjoy life. That's where it's at. This is the opportunity that we all have it.
Okay, fabulous. So I take it then you're on board for 321 Focus Together for the next 30 days.
Yeah, why not?
Brilliant. Well, great to have you on board. So thank you so much. Love you with all my heart. Isn't she fab? This is my firstborn. She's absolutely wonderful. Very proud of her. So look, thank you everybody, and I will be back with another video again soon. And Melanie, best of luck with everything, and I will put the links so you can check out this amazing movement that Melanie runs as well. So take care everybody, and I look forward to seeing you in another video again soon. Bye.
Bye.